Hello everyone, Quicks14 here. I know I haven't done a vlog about programming and stuff in a while, and I do still have some old footage for you guys that I could still do, and I'll probably do at a later date. But this is kind of an informal vblog sort of thing, no fancy overlays or anything, just a quick talk to you guys about a little project I'm working on just to show you guys what I'm up to in the programming department. Of course, college is eating a lot of my time, as most of you know, and a lot of other stuff going on. So there's hardly enough time to play, let alone program at the moment. Doing LPs as well, so having to manage my time can be a bitch. But anyway, I decided to start a new program, and kind of inspired by my kids. They're getting to that age, you know, almost teenage years, and I thought, how cool or interesting would it be to make some sort of education like RPG, where it has like an RPG background, you know, think World of Zine sort of idea, but with some education parts. So I've started work on this, and there's not a whole lot to it, but I didn't want to get too fancy with it, and I wanted to keep things simple. A lot of this, obviously, is all a work in progress, so please just judge on what you see and give some feedback on that. It'll be fully editable, which is pretty cool, and I decided to go on a simple format for the map. Here, right now, the editor is very simple. Maybe at a later date I'll have more of a graphical interface for the editor, but it's basically just an array with 2 dimensions, and basically like graphing in the way it works. So it makes things really simple. I have a lot of things working already. The map editor, of course, completely works. Let me let me go ahead and I hit the wrong button. See what happens. Still a work in progress, but the editor totally works. So let me show you that really fast. I'll load up one of the maps here, my little test map, and as you can see, it loads it right up. Here's all the information. Basically, right now, for tile sets, it's basically just a fancy name for object types, and each one of these numbers represents a type. I'll have like a key or something, like a little window or something beside it maybe, or just somewhere you can see it. But hard-coded on every single tile set. 0 is empty space, 1 is a wall, so you can kind of see it here. I know it can be a little hard to follow because of the way it is. It's not very graphical here, but you can see also the name of the map, the player's default starting location on the map. So when the map is loaded, its default starting location, he would be placed on the map. In this case, it's 4 by 7 facing north. Tile set editor is pretty neat. It's still being worked on, and this basically is like a reference for for the tile sets. As you can see, is empty space and wall, which is 0 and 1, are hard coded. You cannot change them; they're always there. That makes a nice little default for it. But let's say I wanted to make a new one, new tile set. I don't know, and I wanted to add some new definitions like 3 and 4. That says 3 and 2. Oh no, 2 and 3. Yeah, and those would be the actual numbers that you'd put here. And if I wanted to edit it, I can actually put the type is, and this would basically be put like an object type. So let's say I wanted number 2 to be a door reference. I could set that here, real easy. Just, you know, put door, confirm it, sets it. I save this, put it under tile sets, new, and done. I go ahead and exit that. I'll bring up the map again, and now we have it still on default tile set. Let's change it over to new tile set, and actually let me head back to default real quick just to show you that you can't go above 1 because those are the only 2 ones. Default's it's a hard coded thing. So you go to new tile set, and you can now see I can go all the way up to 3. Now that type doesn't exist yet. I'm still working on that, but if it did, it would put a door there. Since it doesn't, it's just going to ignore it, and things like that. So that's kind of an example of how that works. Let me close the editor, and I'll show you the game really quick. It's just a very simple way of getting things started in the map. Not sure why it's all black, to be honest. I think that's because that's what the default is set for. So hold on, let me see if I can fix this. I'm gonna go back to the new tile set. Or let me actually. Oh Lord. Because it's supposed to do it by like a sky color. Uh-oh. That's not good. Oh, fine. bugging, you know. I want the primary back color to be blue. Yeah, go ahead and override it, since the other one doesn't seem to want to work. And it did not save it. What the fuck? Oh, I'm trying to load a map file. Jeez, I'm a tard. I'm sorry, guys. I know I'm running out of time really fast here. 5 minutes already, so let's get moving. Let's load up the map. We got to set up. Let's just switch it over to new test, and I'll just save it here, just to show that it can save it as well. Yeah. So I'll go ahead and close it. I'll be a good boy. Close that. I didn't mean to exit. Ugh. Let me open this back up here. There we go. So you can see what the blue does. It just makes it like that. A lot of this is still work in progress, but you know, think Might and Magic like. You can see right now our direction, our coordinates. This is kind of like a debug reference of the number of the type that's in front of us, back of us, left of us, right of us, so forth. If I turn left, I'll see the wall on the left. I turn right, I'll see the wall on the right. It doesn't actually move me, it just turns me, as you can see from the direction. Behind me, of course, you can see the wall behind me. And these are just picture boxes, in all honesty. Nothing horribly fancy on the graphics. No DirectX or anything like that. This is all being done in VB, of course, mainly because I'm most efficient with it, and I figured it would be easier to do that in order to get something done. And I'm also learning quite a bit. So these are just picture boxes. There's actually a total of like, well, there's one main one behind here, which is like supposed to be like the skybox, if you will. There's another one kind of in front here, and so that's 2. And then of course these sides 1, so that's 3 and 4. And then there's one more kind of right here for like monsters, objects, whatever, and that would be 5. So there's about 5 total picture boxes to give the illusion of us actually moving through something. Very simple, really. And like I said, it's not horribly fancy, not very pretty either, but you get the gist of it. And I think it's kind of neat. Back just automatically moves you back and turns you around. So yeah, that's kind of what I have. I mean, it's not a ton. The actual code is much more interesting of what I'm adding now. I'm getting ready to add actual the map object types and stuff like I was telling you about, and that's kind of what I'm working on now. And it's an interesting process, but we're gonna have like some of the defaults and classes here, and will actually allow me to use those as those types, and allow me or anybody else to actually create their own. Not horribly fancy or anything, but pretty straightforward. You can see the class for the tile sets here, the map editor, which is not very pretty. I'll tell you right now, it was a bitch to do a whole bunch of code for all those stupid value boxes, but I kind of did it nicely. As you can see here, the actual value change, for those who know VB, is right here, and it's all calling this get map values, and it's actually checking it. And then this is actually, and pretty much anything to do with all the checkboxes, doing this get number here, which right here, which is actually a function which returns an object as the actual type, and it takes a number for the number type, and this allows me to do each number. So as you can see, there's like 400 of them because it's a 20 by 20 map index. So there are 400 total that we need to change. Easier to do and edit things without having to do images. Obviously not pretty. It was really repetitive, really boring. Later on I'll add more of a map option that'll also be used to help do the mini map, I hope, for the maps and stuff like that. Just some little cool stuff that I thought I'd share with you guys, just to let you know what I'm up to programming wise. Haven't abandoned my RPG project, my main one, of course, at all. I have a lot done on that, to be honest. With the editor, I'm still stopped at adding the layers, but a lot of that has been put in already. There's just a lot of extra coding and stuff to do on that. Hoping to return to that one day. If nothing else from here, I'll get something a little simple out, which is actually quite modular and pretty neat. And I'm learning a lot, getting much more efficient at doing these classes. I'm doing a lot of these classes like this, and I'm like, maybe I should go back to my RPG stuff and change how I'm doing some of the classes on there and such, because these seem to be working much better. But anyway, I am pretty much out of time. I just thought I'd share that with you guys really fast. I know, nothing horribly fancy, but it's something I'm kind of working on when I have time and when I feel like it. So that's all for now. Of course, more LPs coming at you, and hopefully we'll get some more of that vblog of the programming stuff that I do still have archived for you guys up here sometime soon. So please stay tuned.